Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your dungeon master for tonight's Chapter 2 finale of Vecna Eve of Ruin. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, YouTube chat. We've got Stefano, Jeff, Mike, Christian, and Tim here to reprise their characters for this last segment of Chapter 2. Sorry for the late start with some technical difficulties. Waiting for roll 20 to see if it can load. The roll 20's had just basically just shut down completely. So we'll be doing this last leg of the adventure using Theater of the Mind, and of course, with that, when we eventually get back to roll 20 and things like that, if it happens to come up tonight, we may or may not use it. Just kind of depends on what we need. But either way, we're going to play. We're going to finish up this chapter and keep on our schedule, which was very important because I've told everybody this thing is like, it's a train. Can't stop. Won't stop. So we're going to get that on track. And if Roll20 comes up sooner than later, yeah, we might use it. Otherwise, the show must go on, as they say. Right, Stefano?
Exactly. The show always goes on, except when half the cast has the flu.
Well, I'll get your understudies. Give me the numbers, all right? We'll get them on there soon.
It's just actually the only time that the show did not go on.
Was when we had sick people.
Yeah, half the cast had the flu.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How's it going, though, everybody? It's been an interesting week. We had a big cliffhanger last week. I think we ended the last game basically at the lair of this black dragon, Kararach. And, of course, the group is looking to see if they can find the weapon. Supposedly that there's a weapon here. Maybe it is this dragon itself. Who knows? But either way, we're going to get into a recap very soon. I have a couple of updates, though, before we jump into the game. And we're definitely not going to do icebreakers. We did start late, so we're just going to jump right into it. But a couple of updates. Eldritch Castle premiered last night on the channel. It was awesome. Eldritch Castle, if you haven't heard about it before, it's a Kickstarter by Esper the Bard, friend of the channel, Esper. He reached out, asked if I would showcase the Kickstarter on our channel. So I got Nate, Estelle, and John to play 3 apprentice wizards. Their master, something has happened to him, and they went to his castle. Little do they know that his castle is pretty terrifying in its own right. So they're trying to figure out what happened to their master while uncovering clues, solving puzzles, and facing some pretty difficult riddles. And if you haven't watched it yet, definitely check out the episode 1, which came out last night. It's already up on the channel, and they got a new playlist for it. And then schedule change. We are going to actually, just because the Kickstarter for that went off yesterday, and we want to keep that rolling while the Kickstarter is going, we are switching Strahd and Eldritch Castle for the next 2 weeks. So next week, we'll have another episode of Eldritch Castle to just keep that rolling. And then Strahd will come back with episode 3 of its new season on the 26th. That's the 26th of November. And then it just alternates again. And we're obviously going to be coming up to our holiday break and all that stuff. So more information, more schedules to come as the weeks go on. If you'd like to keep up to date with all the stuff that's going on, definitely check out Discord. That's probably the best place. We usually post there when something's going, there's a change in schedule. So that's going to be first place you want to check it out. But there's also links to a lot of stuff in the description. Check it out for yourself. Like, subscribe, do all the good YouTube things. So real quick, let's introduce ourselves and our characters for this final chapter. Let's start with Stefano. Stefano, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Lucius Ashcroft, a Tempest Cleric. I just tried to speak too fast. My mind's moving million miles a minute. And I just want to let Chris from Long Island know that I have not heard the Billy Joel song, but I will let you know on the next Chris Strahd stream what I think about it.
Ooh. Which Billy Joel song?
Apparently, he came out with a new one.
Oh, the one he came out with last year, I believe. It was, first Billy Joel song in like 30 years. Yeah. Interesting. All right, so then I guess we should just talk about our favorite Billy Joel songs for the next like 15 minutes. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
Okay, great. Stefano, that's it though. What's your favorite Billy Joel song? Go ahead. No explanation.
What's my favorite? My favorite Billy Joel song is probably "Scenes from an Italian Restaurant."
Excellent job, Jeff. Who are you playing? And then your favorite Billy Joel song.
Okay. I am essaying the role of Scory, son of Skeggy, son of Scorin. Sorry, I get my dwarves mixed up. Who is our elderly bard or take two. I will be playing the role of Skeggy, son of Scorin, who is an elderly dwarf who is in his return to adventuring is a rogue, although previously in his life he had other careers. So I'll just stop talking there, and I'm going to go with the Piano Man. It's an obvious one, but it has fond memories for me.
It's a great song. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Mike, who are you playing tonight, and your favorite Billy Joel song?
I am playing Professor Oscar Tennant. He is joined by his companion, Charles. Billy Joel, I don't know. I'm not really a Billy Joel guy. It's kind of before my time.
Wow.
Oh, that's harsh.
I mean, I know like 2 Billy Joel songs. I know Piano Man and like Scenes from an Italian Restaurant. And outside of that, I couldn't tell you another song he's made.
I would have swore you were an Uptown Girl kind of guy.
I mean, who isn't? Come on.
We didn't
That's what I
start
would've
the
thought.
fire.
That's true. That's a
The
good
one that Billy Joel hates.
It's true.
I'm also a big Ballad of Billy the Kid fan, by the way.
Oh, look at you had your guess, or not guess, your answer. You had your answer.
Well, Mike didn't pick one, so I got a second.
Mike, okay, fine. That's fine. Stefano gets
That's
two
Mike's.
instead.
That's Mike's favorite.
There we go. Christian, what about you? Who are you playing tonight?
I'm be playing the Monarch Boomy.
Everybody's crazy tonight. I'd be playing.
I be playing.
And nobody
I'd
can
be
introduce their
playing something. I'm playing a game tonight, everyone.
We're completely lost without
and,
roll 20.
You know,
Roll
I pulled
20,
up
come
D&D
back.
I pulled up D&D Beyond to remember my character's name. You know, I'm playing Boomy, the Monarch, the War Cleric, and Billy Joel's. I kind of was like, I don't know many Billy Joel songs. I was gonna say I had to look up a bunch of songs just to make sure. We didn't start the fire. Well, out of the list that showed up was the one that I recognized and enjoyed the most.
Okay, so you like it though. It's a song you have a familiarity with. Okay.
Yeah.
Root Beer Rag is also fantastic.
You had
That's
yours.
I can have another one of my picks.
I wanted 2 picks. This is not.
Who's
Sorry,
gonna?
Tim can have my pick.
No, you don't get any picks because Stefano used up yours too.
I got Billy Joel guidance on Tim for the second pick.
Billy Joel guidance. I love it. Tim, who you playing?
What's going on, everybody? I'm playing Eric Lavernus, reprising my role from Keeping the Borderlands, and now back at it in the Underdark. So Eric Lavernus, a tiefling trickery domain cleric, so always up to something no good. And favorite Billy Joel songs, I gotta go with Turnstiles. Is an unpopular album, but it has the classic New York State of Mind. So that's my go-to.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
Great job, everybody. You want another one, Tim? You wanted 2? I'll give you 2. Go ahead.
Look, man, anything like I think Turnstiles is like a critically unpopular album, but phenomenal album. Anything from The Stranger is a close second. Also a great album, like a No Escape album. So they're all good.
For me, and I'm Bob. I'll be the DM. For me, it's going to be Miami 2017, and the reason why that's solidified for me is the rendition you did right after 9/11 really hit hard. Us being from this New York area, I just really love the imagery in the song. It's this fantastical world, seems crazy, but yet all too real all at once, and I love it. Kind of like D&D, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, let's play.
Damn, what a segue! Look at that one.
Impressive.
Today, we are going to be playing D&D. This is Vecna, Eve of Ruin, and we are in the final section of Chapter 2. I'm going to cue the music, and we're going to get right into things here. We had a discovery last time. You found a chamber where there was a whole slew of evil creatures, drow, some hired hands, it seems like, to fight, some mercenaries, as well as the help of an Arinyus, a devil, literally a devil, a fiend was here helping the drow. They seem to have some sort of weapon behind a massive door, a secret door. You were able to dispose of them pretty well, and actually, like I said, you allowed the devil woman to leave. Her name is Fernitha. You allowed her to leave because I think Eric Lavernus was going to be tortured and see where the jail cells were, but you never went there. She made a deal with you, recognizing that your group is a legitimate threat. She said that she would like to leave, and she would let you go as a result. So, you didn't end up killing her. She left, went further south into the chamber, and on you went. You destroyed the council. You headed into the room where the weapon was stored, and that's where you found the spider dragon Kararach. So I think we're ready to start. I'm going to reread the description of this place that you're in, but just to give you a little bit of a heads up, again, we're using Theater of the Mind here. When you entered this door, you entered from what appeared to be like the most northern section. On the map, if you recall, that boardroom with the battle plans about attacking the Snurf Niblin, that was to the north. That was the most northern chamber. So you came in a door there. The layout was getting more obvious to you as you approached the lizard room. There was a door opposite that, and now that you're in the chamber with the dragon, you realize that there is a door again, sort of like in the middle section of the map, more central in this large chamber. And then you can also see down towards the southern end that there's a third entrance, a third door that would open. And all the doors that are to the south of you, the other two doors, are much bigger doors. Because they had to fit lizards and other things through it. It seems like that would be the more traversable door for larger creatures. The door that you entered in was actually a secret door, so much more humanoid sized. Here's the actual room. So you opened the door and you saw this enormous web stretching across the open cavern's center. Its strands were plastered over stalagmites and stalactites. Crawling on the web is a gigantic reptilian creature with 8 legs, whom you've heard the name Kararach be said. Near that creature stands a smaller, one-eyed creature with a body that resembles melting wax, and of course that was the Yoklal who was in the room too. And right at the center of the web, it appears that there is a bundle in a thick spindle of webbing, and when you look at it, you can see that it seems to be pulsating, like something is an energy is trying to permeate through the web, but it cannot. And so we're going to roll initiative. Everybody give me an initiative roll. We're going to be using our D&D Beyond, so I don't have access to everybody's because we're not all in the same campaign. I did share a bunch with you, but we're not all in the same campaign, so just call out your numbers. We're going to have to just go off of that for today.
It's a 19 for Eric.
19 for Eric.
15 for Skeggy.
15 for Skeggy.
For Lucius.
5 for Lucius.
Yeah.
Boomy with a 22.
Boomy 22. Damn.
Yeah, Boomy's roll popped up for me. Interesting.
Yeah, I got to see everyone's roll.
So if you're in the roll, the D&D Beyond that has this, it's the Vecna campaign. It should come up. There's also a TabletopBob campaign. If you're sharing the two on D&D Beyond, you should see them come up. But if you're not sharing it, you won't see them.
I already burned through my 1 crit for the night, so that was it.
Oscar, what'd you get? Oh, you might be muted, Mike. Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry, 3.
A 3 for Oscar, so you win. Oscar and Charles, you go on the same initiative, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. For Sable, she's got a 13. For Makubli, he's got a 5, so I'll put him below Lucius. Makubli, of course, the spy master. He's looking for the weapon. He may have found it. Torkner has gone missing. That's one thing I forgot to add into the recap. You looked around for Torkner as the combat came to an end, and you can't find it. Sable positioned herself towards the end of the group so she can keep an eye out for him or enemies approaching from the rear. And, of course, she's way back, further into that, like, pentagram room, so she's quite a ways away from the door. But, Skeggy, you got a 15, right?
Yes.
And who got the 13? Oh, Sable, yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. And are there any other creatures that I'm forgetting of here, other than the enemies? Okay, gotcha.
Quick question, Bob. before we came in here, after we interrogated to a limited amount of success, Jalora, Jathira, whatever her name was, and her sidekick. There was some vagueness as to the kindred of the other members of that council. Did we find out any more when we knocked them out and could pull the hood back?
You mean like what they
like,
are?
Are they human? Are they?
So
Yeah.
because
they weren't drow.
Correct. There were like thugs, creatures who were like more brute force. They were actually pretty easy to dispose of. They were Grimlocks. I
Okay.
believe we had talked about that. They were Grimlocks, and then you had they were mages, drow mages who were the ones shooting like ice storm and things like that. One of them died. One of them you knocked out and held captive. Jolera, who was the woman you were.
Drow.
They were drow, and Jolera, the woman you were looking for, or you were talking about before. She was the leader of the compound. She is also unconscious and I think you tied her up, right? You bound her in rope.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we've only seen Grimlocks and drow. That's all we've encountered down here, other than the deep gnome that we killed.
And the Erinyes, exactly.
And the Erinyes.
So there's Fernitha, who's the Erinyes, Bromtok, and Jolera, who are the two drow. And then you have, of course, the... now I'm forgetting who it was. Torkner and Makubli. Those are the other NPCs that are down here. Okay. All right. Ready to do this? We start with Boomy. Boomy, like I showed you last week, the dragon descends halfway down the webbing and is positioned. It's roughly about 60 feet away from you.
All right. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Guiding bolt, gotcha.
Yeah. So that
So
is...
you can reach it from the doorway if you choose to come up and attack. I think everybody's at the doorway right now. I don't know if anybody actually walked in, and you can tell me where you're positioned to start.
Sure, I'd probably move up a couple steps into the room to try to get some distance between me and everyone else so we're not all clumped together.
And remember, the cavern is pretty big. It's 50 feet in height in here with stalagmites and stalactites kind of littering. But then there's also, it's pretty wide. It's probably like about 60 feet, 70 feet wide as well. And lengthwise, like top to bottom, north to south, it's long. It goes like 150 feet.
I'm pretty sure, I think I'm going to miss a 13.
You were attacking the spider dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the spider dragon, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything... Yeah, this is not like a half damage or anything, straight up miss.
No, unless you have like an inspiration you want to use or something like that.
No, I think
totally
I
your
used
call.
it. I used it last game for one of the stealth checks, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all I can do. Maybe no, I'll cast spiritual weapon. Unless it's still out from last time.
It was, but it was well far behind you. I think you'd need to cast it again.
Yeah. Okay. I'll cast spiritual weapon as my bonus action.
Spiritual weapon is not a cantrip, though, right?
It just says I can do it as a bonus action.
No, I know, but you can't cast 2-leveled spells in a turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. No, then never mind. That's it.
So you come in maybe 10 feet, and do you want to go to the side? Do you want to go towards the south or towards the north?
Is there any sort of cover in this room besides
there are
those?
there are stalagmites.
Yeah, I'll probably go to the nearest one. To go to the north. And
Okay, so you go to the north, above the door. The door is kind of diagonally aimed towards the room. So you're going to go north about 10 feet after you fire and hide behind a stalactite as best as possible.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, great. Then we're going to go to Eric Lavernus. What are you doing?
I think I want to turn myself into a giant ape.
A giant ape. Okay, great.
Giant ape.
Polymorph?
I'm going to cast polymorph on myself.
Excellent.
Become a giant ape.
All right. And you have the statistics for it?
I do. I have them pulled up.
Okay, great. If I'm not mistaken, though, is that your action or is that a bonus action?
That's my action is casting the spell.
Okay, and would you like to move? Or do you want to go into the chamber before you polymorph? Because you might be like enlarged.
Yeah, I would like to put myself in the room with the spider dragon before I cast it myself. So I would like to move in, put myself in a position that I'm not like gonna kill myself in the doorway when I enlarge to a huge shape.
Do you want to go close enough to it so that you can maybe reach it on your next turn?
That would be fantastic, please.
Yeah, so we'll say that you're, again, the dragon's web is kind of like right in the center of the room, and so you're about 60 feet away from it, so you can move 30 feet in, polymorph, and then you're within a move if that's the case.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because the giant ape's got 40 feet of movement. So once I'm within 40 feet from my next turn, that's perfect.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm putting you in the middle between the two, between the door and the webbing.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Great. All right, and then we go to Skeggy.
Okay, I'm gonna stay outside of the chamber for the moment, and I want to dip some crossbow quarrels, as many as I can in the time allotted, in the drow poison. Try and dose them up a little bit. Is that something I can do?
Yeah, you can use as an action. You can use a vial to coat a weapon.
Okay, well that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna coat a crossbow quarrel, and as far as any movement is concerned, I want to stay outside until there's a bit of a hubbub in there because my plan is to sneak in when it's distracted.
Okay, great. So you stay outside, clearly out of sight. You don't want to be anywhere near the doorway, right?
Yeah, I don't want them to know. I don't want those monsters to know I exist.
Okay, so you go maybe just behind the corner where that big table, strategic table was, so that you're out of sight, out of mind. And you see Sable, and she is ready to go. She's going to go next. She says, I think I hear footsteps coming from down this way. And she says, oh, we have trouble coming. She says it to you, Skeggy. Do you remember those pig noises we heard earlier?
Aye.
Well, there's a demonic pig flying our way.
Oh, demonic pig. That's not good.
So she readies what looks like, it's in the distance, but she's going to get ready to cast a pretty large spell. You can see her starting to whisper the whisper the verbal components to herself as she gets ready. But she's ready to blast spell. And she's going to be like that bottleneck where that big room funnels into the board meeting room. So she's kind of like in that position. Okay. Then we go to the creatures. The Yaklal goes first, and the Lokyal is going to turn into a gaseous mist, like a yellowish gaseous mist, and start to move about the room. It's going to head over towards the ceiling and kind of position itself on top of the webbing. Flies about 40 feet up in its one turn. Okay, so that's what it does.
Does that creature seem to have any fear? I know, like when we came in, it seemed like it was uncomfortable around this spider dragon. Does it seem to have any fear, or does it seem like they're like kind of like just symbiotic?
Oh, no fear of the spider dragon. No, you get the sense that they are in lockstep.
Okay.
And then the spider dragon is going to ultimately go. So, Eric Lavernus, you've positioned yourself kind of like right in front. Christian, you are kind of like to the north, 10 feet or so of the door. But the creature is... Let's see. Let's do this. It's going to stay in its position. It doesn't want... It's in the center of the like I said, the webbing. So it's about 25 feet up in the air. It's not going to want to endanger itself, and it doesn't want to leave the webbing. It seems to want to stay there. So it's going to climb up a little further. What's the height of the ape?
A giant ape is a...
Is it huge or is it large?
Huge creature, huge.
It's huge. So you realistically are like 15 feet tall. Do you have a reach?
I have a 10-foot reach in my fist attacks.
10-foot reach. So you can reach up pretty high. It'd have to go... It's actually huge as well. So even if it went all the way up, it would honestly have to just be... It would be impossible because you're both so large. So it's going to stay right in the middle, and it's going to... It'll do its blast, its spider breath basically at you. It's going to attack you, and it'll get Christian. And Christian, you'll get a... So you get advantage on your saving throw from the cover of the stalagmite.
Okay.
All right. So everybody give me a not everybody, the two of you. I'm going to say that the people at the door won't get this because Eric Lavernus is kind of like big and huge and in the way. But the two of you give me dexterity saving throws.
That's an
rolled a-
18 with the giant apes statistics.
I got 19 with advantage.
Okay, so both of you pass, but you're going to end up taking half of this damage instead. So 32 damage as a blast of venomous, what looks like almost spiderlings, like tiny little spiders and pieces of webbing spit out at you. They hit you, and you take, I guess it would be 16 each. Now, am I correct? Both of you are still immune to poison from the Hero's Feast?
Should be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so then you're just taking the 16 as it
Oh,
realizes
16,
that you're
I'm
much
sorry.
more resilient to its breath than it thought. And we're going to leave it there for now. We go to Lucius. You're up next.
Okay, so who is near me right now?
Right now it'll be Oscar, Charles, McCoobly. Skeggy's maybe like 15 feet behind you, and Sable's like 30 feet behind you.
Who's 30 feet behind me?
Sable?
Sable, the tiefling NPC.
Sable. Okay. All right.
But in that corridor behind you, though, you hear that there's a demon coming towards you.
Yes.
A demon, not a devil.
A demon.
All right. Well, I'm just going to tell everyone, all my allies within vicinity. I'm just going to say, steel yourselves. We must get that weapon at all costs. And then I will fly a bit into the room to try to get everyone within 30 feet of me.
You
And
can
I'm
get...
going to cast Holy Aura.
Okay. Read out the description.
I will read the description. For the duration, you emit an aura in a 30-foot emanation. While in the aura, creatures of your choice, which are all of my allies, except for Sable, I don't think Sable's in the aura, have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them. In addition, when a fiend or undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack roll, the attacker must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or have the blinded condition until the end of its next turn. That's it.
Attackers make what kind of a save?
A Constitution saving throw. I'm going to put it in the
Zoom chat?
Zoom chat just so everyone can see.
I'm able to get into Roll20 now. I'm in the game.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Maybe it's early enough that we could switch back.
I'm checking it myself. It's just still loading. Slow.
Yeah, I'm not having any luck.
Yeah, mine's loading.
Yeah, it was
So-
a little slow for me, but
Okay, I clicked on it. We'll keep us updated. Okay, so that's advantage on all saving throws. When attackers want to attack them, it's disadvantage, and they have to take a saving throw, or else they are blinded.
Only fiends or undead.
Fiends are undead.
So I'm hoping that the pig creatures will be affected.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm getting still the gateway timeout.
Yeah.
Oh no, mine worked.
Weird.
So, Bob, if I could position myself in a way that I'm kind of just not like out in the open, but I'm kind of closer to maybe like a corner up in the air. But I would like to try to be certainly within range of as many people as possible.
So you probably would have to have gone a few feet in to be able to cast this. You had to be maybe 15 feet in, so you can still get Skeggy, who was about 30 feet away. You're kind of like in between Tim and the door. And you could fly up, now fly up as, 10 feet, 20 feet, whatever you think is appropriate.
Sure. If if I could be 20 feet up in the air, that's what I'd prefer to be.
Okay, great. All right, so now we go to, let's see here, Makubli. Makubli's going to run in, and he's going to run and double move and go south along the wall as much as he can. He's going to get as close to horizontal, or like horizontally level with the webbing. Obviously, the center of the web is 25 feet up, but he's going to get as close to it as possible and do a stealth with his regular action. He's got the roguish stuff, so he's hiding behind some stalagmites, again, along the western wall as far south as he could have gone, 60 feet. All right, and then we go to Oscar and Charles.
How close are the slime thing and the dragon to each other?
The Yaklal is now a gas, and it's 50 feet up in the air. The dragon is 25 feet up in the air, but it's huge, so they're close, probably within 10 feet.
All right, then I'm gonna try to get him. I don't know if it's gonna matter with the gaseous form, but I'm gonna expend 3 charges of my ring of shooting stars.
Ooh, cool.
So each creature within a 15-foot cube originating from a point that I select is showered in sparks and must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'll make the dex saves here. The creature does appear to have advantage. The Yaklal will have advantage on those. Okay, 21 for the Yaklal.
Yeah.
And the Spider Dragon fail, I believe. What's the DC?
15.
14.
15.
Literally one
Oh,
less.
yeah, 14. Yeah.
14.
All right, so I'm rolling this 3 times. Hold on. How much is that? That's 12. Hold on. I don't know why it closes it every time I roll, but fine. That's 9. One more time.
Oh, roll 20 came up for me this time.
13. So that would be 25 plus is 34 force damage.
Great.
Half
34.
on the guy that succeeded.
Okay, great. 34 on the Yaklal. So half of that would be 17. And the Spider Dragon takes the 34. I'm still getting a gateway timeout. I don't know why my internet doesn't work. But we'll see.
I think it's probably just everybody around the world trying to log back into Roll20 at once.
Could be. Because everybody in the world is playing right now.
Everybody in the world.
All right, I'm going to kind of back up so I'm not like a prime target. Maybe like duck into the other room and then have Charles follow me and ready in action to attack anything that comes near me.
Gotcha. So you kind of back up towards Skeggy in the boardroom and ready in action to defend. All right, we go back to the top of the order here. Boomy, you're up.
Awesome. Am I within 30 feet of anyone?
I think you'd probably be just out of 30 feet. No, Stefano wanted to be within 30 feet of you, right?
Yeah.
So Stefano would be the only one that you're within 30 feet of. Probably about 40 feet away from Tim.
All right, so I'm not close to anyone to hit melee-wise. That is totally fine. We are going to try again with my guiding bolt.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna attack the
Spider Dragon?
not the no, the other one had damage already done to it, right?
They both have damage, the Yaklal and the Spider Dragon.
Yeah, let me do the not the spider dragon.
The Yaklal.
Yes. 27.
That hits.
So this is going to be 14 radiant damage.
14 radiant, huh?
Yes.
Okay, that'll go through. And advantage on the next attack against it?
Yes. It can be anybody's attack, it seems like.
Great. Okay.
And that's it.
All right, and then we jump down to Eric Lavernus. You're in ape form.
Are there rocks nearby, like, or select heights I could potentially throw? Like the giant ape has a like boulder throw, but I imagine there's not just like boulders littering this cave, are there?
There are not boulders, but if you wanted to like break apart a stalactite, you could.
Yeah, I'd love to do that if that's an option. That'd be great.
A stalagmite, I should say. Yeah, and just, you're about, like I said, 30 feet away from the center of the web. But, once you get close to the web, it's going to be difficult because the webbing is not going to be easy to walk on. So
That's
you probably
what I'm gonna
won't be
try and-
able. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and throw stuff from as far away as I can for as long as I can without getting caught up in the webbing, because I feel like that's a bad place to be in.
Sure. So we'll just say that there's. I'll roll. See how many stalactites are near you that you could easily roll. There's one. There's
Yeah.
one easily that you could grab, and you could throw it from 30 feet away.
Perfect.
Give me a ranged attack, or sorry, it could be strength because you're throwing it.
Okay, I'll do the D20.
There's no proficiency because it's a improvised weapon.
So it's a natural 20.
Nice, a crit. There's obviously no necessary dice for this, but I think appropriate would be a D10, so we can make it 2D10.
Sure.
Okay. And just add your strength to it.
2d10, 5 plus a ape's strength of 6 for 11.
11. Nice. Okay. And you stay around 30 feet away, so you don't want to encroach on
Yeah,
the
I
web?
want to stay as far away from that thing as I can. That thing scares the hell out of me.
All right, great. Sable will have her readied action go off as now the pig creature gets close enough to her. And I imagine Skeggy and Oscar and Charles, you just look at what's going on. You only see her letting out a cone of cold, which is this, probably one of the more powerful spells you've seen, especially Skeggy, I think, because you're level 8, right? So she casts a cone of cold out, and you can hear just the squeals, the demonic squeals of this pig creature that you don't see yet. It hasn't turned the corner, so all you can hear are these sounds. And Sable looking very worried that it hasn't stopped it yet. So we're going to go into, I think, so that would be, I got the damage here. Okay. All right, great. And that seems to be the end of the creature's turn as it moved within range. Now we go to Skeggy. Your turn.
Okay, so can I peek around the corner and get a look at this thing?
Yes, you can take your movement. You maybe get
Yeah.
within one move to get around the corner.
Okay, I don't want to just go leaping around the corner. I want to peek around the corner and assess before I
Yeah.
commit.
You could even stay behind Sable if you'd like.
Sure. And what do I see? Describe for me the ruckus.
So you see this large creature. I mean, it's big. It's like 10 feet tall. It looks like it must weigh nearly 1,000 pounds with its bulk and its mass and flabby belly. It looks very much like a humanoid, like lower body, but it's got pig hooves. It's got massive rending claws, and it's got 6 tusks coming out of its face. It does have a normal sort of like demonic-looking face, like it's got that snout, nose, and it's got tiny little wings that look way too small to be able to propel it, but yet it is flying through the air. And it's about 15 feet away from Sable at this point.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. If I shoot it, am I gonna get my sneak attack damage if I shoot it at this point? It doesn't know I'm there, right?
You could Skeggy aim.
Yeah.
You could also do your insightful fighting.
Well, I moved to get here, so I can't do steady aim. So I'm gonna have to insightfully fight
Sure.
anyway. But I wanted to know because if I'm attacking it from hiding, I get the sneak attack. Well, if I attack it and it's unaware. Okay. Well, let me use my bonus action to. Is that the right use of my bonus action? Yeah, I guess. Ugh, this is bad. Okay, I'm going to insightfully fight it.
Okay, go for it.
Here's my insight roll.
I've got an 8.
Okay, I got a 22.
Okay.
So I'm going to get, every time I shoot at this thing, I'll get my sneak attack damage. Okay, so I'll go ahead and shoot it with my empoisoned crossbow bolt. I hope I even hit. 13.
13 does not hit.
I didn't figure. Well, so much for the poison.
I think you can probably take it's more than one
Okay.
of the. I think it's like 10.
Oh, I got to dip a bunch of them. Okay.
Yeah, I think with the ammunition stuff, it's more than one. I'll double check, but I'm okay with 10.
Okay. Well, that's one, and I'll start ticking them off on a piece of paper. 10 is probably more than we're going to get through in one fight, but just in case. Okay. That's me. I'm hugging the wall. I don't have any actions left to officially hide.
Okay, great. And then we'll do Sable next. So that was her readied action. So she actually still has a chance to do it. It's 3 pieces of ammunition. I just looked it up. It's 3 pieces in one application.
That's more to matter. Okay, I got tokens
That
for
matters,
that.
yeah. So it's 3. All right, so now Sable will go, and that Cone of Cold, you realize that she probably is not thrilled with how that went because she's choosing a quite different spell right now. She's going to go with... I think, a straight-up magic missile, but she's going to use it at a high level. She's going to do a 3rd level magic missile with it because, I don't think her 3rd levels are going to be something she wants to use anyway. So we'll go with that, and let's see how she does. All right, and she gets a total of 15... sorry, not 15. 20 damage. 20 damage with that.
On the pig demon.
On the pig demon.
Does it seem to feel it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, does it phase it, or does it just 20 damage is no big deal to it?
I mean, it certainly hurt it. You can hear the squeals that they'll probably haunt your dreams for the next few months. But I mean, its mass is so bulky that you can tell that it can take quite a bit more punishment.
Okay.
So we go to and she's going to hold the line. She's going to actually stay there to try to prevent it from... I mean, it can fly over her, but she's going to at least try to bait it out and stay there. We'll go to the Yaklal and then Kararak. Let's do the Yaklal first. The Yaklal will appear as its waxy form, and it will use the spell Web, and it's going to try to hit Lucius and... Actually, no, it can only hit Lucius and Eric. So we'll do Lucius and Eric. You're hit by the web spell. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Can do.
Give me a...
It's a 15 for the giant ape.
I also
15.
got a 15.
All right, so you both will pass. So that means... while you're not necessarily stuck there, you definitely are going to have to go through the rest of it, which is difficult terrain. So it's a sticky webbing. It's a 20-foot area. So Lucius, you're like right at the start of it, whereas Eric, you have maybe only 5 feet left of it in front of you. So keep that in mind if you want to progress and move around. Lucius, you're 20 feet in the air, so you actually could go up to try to get out of it. That may be easier.
Okay.
All right, but it's caught onto the stalagmites and the walls of the cavern here. And then we'll go to the creature. The creature is going to do something similar. It's going to climb, and it's going to climb on the ceiling. It's going to go up and climb on the ceiling and go towards Lucius. It's going to stand basically over top of you and... it's going to stand over top you and Eric. Obviously, Eric, you're within 5 feet of it now. But Lucius, it's going to cover both of you in its own webbing of sorts. Give me dexterity saving throws again.
Heck yeah.
Oh, sorry, we have advantage on our saving throws.
Do it.
Oh boy. Let's see what we got this time. That's
How high is it up in the ceiling?
So it's huge. So it's taking up basically 20 feet. It's got reach, and it also is on the stalactites. So it's probably 25 feet up in the air, 30 feet up in the air maybe at most.
Cool.
18 for the giant ape.
I also got an 18.
Yeah, let's
Look
go.
at So this webbing is it's similar, but it's a bigger one. It's 30 feet. And it comes out from the dragon, not like a spell. So it comes out from it. And actually, you know what? I could probably get you, Christian, in too, because it's 30 feet. So let's get you in it as well. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure.
With advantage.
With advantage.
21 with advantage.
21. So again, you're in the webbing, though you are free to move. It is difficult terrain, and the dragon is then going to take some attacks. It will attack you, Eric Lavernus. Yeah. That was a bonus action, by the way. It's stifling webs. Eric, what's your armor class right now as the ape?
As a giant ape, my armor class is 12.
12? Okay.
Yeah.
12. So you're going to get hit once. It's got 3 attacks with a bite, another bite. Sorry, claw, and another claw. You're going to get hit all 3 times for a total of, immunity to poison damage. Do you get that while you're in the ape form?
I imagine from the Heroes Feast, I would. But I defer to you.
Well, that's my question. You take on the new creature, right?
Yeah,
But
I mean, technically with the polymorph, you would take on the stats.
Take on the stats of a new creature. I know it's an interesting one. What are your thoughts on this?
But-
And
but
Stefano, I know
that's
you
not
cast
an-
it.
If he's getting that from the Hero's Feast, he's still got the Hero's Feast in his tummy. If it were an inherent ability,
I think the physical form still has the poison immunity.
That's my thought too.
Okay.
Like it's
All right.
it's not like I'm like I'm altering my body. I'm not like shifting my being into something else.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to roll the poison damage, but I'll roll the rest of the physical damage here. Let's see. So we're going to end up getting for the two claws. We're looking at a total of okay. We're looking at a total of 22 plus 5. That's
27.
27 plus another 5 because it's 2 attacks.
Oh boy.
So 22 plus 10. 22 plus 10. So it's going to be
32.
32. And then the bite will be 15.
Oh boy.
So what did I just tell you it was?
I got minus 32, minus 15.
Yeah.
So that's
so 47.
Minus 47, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Perfect. So that's just the attacks, the regular attacks. Those are its normal attack action, its multi-attack, and it used its bonus action to use stifling webs. And I'm just going to roll for its recharge on its breath. Okay. Got it. All right. So now we go to, after Karak, it's going to be Lucius and then Makubli.
Great. Is the what's it called? Sorry, the weird figure, the waxy dude.
The Yuklal, he's 50 feet up at the top of the webbing.
Is that within 30 feet of me?
No.
Okay. Where am I? I'm sorry.
So the webbing is in the center of the room. It's about 60.
Yes.
The center of the webbing is about 60 feet from the door. You're about 15 feet in from the door.
Got it. But the Kararach is near me.
He's right above you, directly above you.
Okay.
He's upside down. He's spider climbing on the ceiling. Oh, and he's ready. He's ready to eat you.
Oh yeah. Shoot. Well, I can I attack him
Yeah,
from where I am? Do I have to move in? I don't know.
you
if
can move
has
like 5.
reach.
You can move like 5 feet up, and you can do it.
Okay, and that'll take 10 feet of my movement
Correct, because of the webbings.
because of the webbing. Okay. So I will move that 5 feet, and I will bonus action Shillelagh, and I will attack him. This is gonna be tough, but I'm gonna make it work.
I made one small error with his webbing. It's not like the web spell, but actually I may have made a mistake with the web spell as well. I think you do the saving throw on the start of your turn. So we'll count those for now. So obviously you're fine and free to move.
Okay, got it. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So like next turn, you'd have to save on your turn again because you're unless you do something else, but you're in his webbing for sure because it emanated from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the attack is going to be a 27.
Oh, that hits.
Great.
What are you attacking
right.
with?
I'm attacking with my quarterstaff,
Sweet.
and I'm gonna have to do a whole bunch of like dice here.
Sure. Just call it out, whatever you get.
So the first thing I'm gonna get is 11, just straight up magical damage.
11 straight up magical damage. Okay.
Then it's also gonna do 4 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then I'm attaching booming blade to this.
Okay.
Where is it? Here it is. Do some damage. So the booming blade is going to do an additional 10 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then if it moves on its turn, it'll do additional damage, which I'm going to write down right now.
And are you staying put where you are?
No. Because of the mobile feat, I don't get opportunity attacks. So I would like to try to move. I have 30 more feet of movement.
He's
How
directly.
much more will it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
directly overhead of you. So he casts this thing, and it's a 30-foot cube. So
Okay.
I guess you could. If you have 30 foot more movement, oh no, it would become 15. You can go upwards diagonally, and that would work. You'd have to go higher into the chamber, though.
Wait, now I could move. So I could move 3 more. 15 squares. I guess.
Not 15
Sorry.
squares, 15
feet.
feet.
So 3
Yeah.
squares. I'm sorry. I'm thinking in terms of maps. Damn. Well, I still just want to move 15 feet, kind of in the direction away from my allies. Like if they're like if the, I don't know if you're looking at me right now.
Yeah.
But if the creature is here and we're all like one's there, I'm trying to like triangulate like a point so that we're not all like.
You would have to stay within the webbing to do it.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to stay within the webbing. In fact, I think what I'd want to do is move the 15 feet within the webbing, but towards the other allies, back towards the door.
Back towards yeah, exactly. I see what you mean. So you can stay within 30 feet of Christian. You can stay within 30 feet of Tim. You're still like centrally located in his webbing.
Yes.
And then you also are easily within 20 feet of the door.
Yes.
Okay. Great. All right. So that's the end of your turn. We go to Makubli and then Oscar. Makubli is going to move, and he's going to try to get up onto that web, but unfortunately, it looks like he's going to get stuck. So he's stuck in the webbing, and he's going to spend his action to try to get out, which he does not. So he's stuck there in the webbing, and he's maybe like I said, right at the base of the webbing. So he's still like 25 feet more to go to get to the center. And then we're going to go to Oscar and Charles. So you have an option here, Oscar. You can either go face the threats in the room or the Nalfeshni, the pig demon that's on the opposite end of the hall that you're in. In terms of enemies, at least.
Sorry, I was muted again. How far is the pig demon from me?
You could move easily to this other side of the room within one movement to see him.
Okay.
So maybe 20, 25 feet.
How tall is this chamber? I know the other chamber has a very high ceiling. What is this one?
Yeah, the other chamber was 50, and these chambers are, if I'm not mistaken, 30.
How big is this pig?
Some pig, that's for sure. He's large, about 10 feet tall.
That's a lumberjack joke.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use a bonus action to click my little ruby slippers together and hover off the ground.
Sweet.
And then I will float up. I guess I'll float diagonally so I could approach the pig as I ascend.
Sure.
Um, and then is the pig holding any weapons? Anything metal, perhaps?
No weapons. In fact, he's all natural.
Oh man, can't do any heat metal shenanigans.
No, he's not wearing any armor. Doesn't look like he ever wears anything.
Oh man, that is too much information.
It's all hanging out there.
All right.
Jesus.
I will just start pelting it then, 30 feet off the ground with some crossbow bolts.
Okay, great.
God, I hate roll 20 sometimes. All right. Not roll 20. D&D Beyond. Okay, attack. So that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
That would be 2 plus 6, so 8 damage.
Does this have any enhancements on it or anything?
Yeah, yep, it's magic.
Okay.
And I will shoot it again.
What was the total damage?
That was just 8. This one's 23 for an additional 9, so 17 total. And then I'll have Charles come forward. I guess he'll stand beneath me.
Sable is in the way, so Charles could kind of like go shoulder to shoulder with her.
Yeah, I guess that works. Charles
Okay.
could go there, give some disadvantage to the attack if the thing makes one against her.
Ah, good point. And it will matter because it's going to go very soon. We have Boomy, Eric, and then the Nelfashini.
So is this where I make my save for the webbing?
Yes, but you made it already. Remember, we
Oh, okay.
will
So
count that. Yeah, I'm not
free to
gonna
move full
not gonna make
movement.
you re-roll it. Yeah.
Cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my Radiant Soul ability. So that gives me 30 feet of flying speed. Gives me some wings.
Sweet.
I have 30 feet of flying speed, and every attack until the spell ends once per turn, I can deal an additional 10 damage, radiant damage,
Okay.
to a target.
Now, if you want
So-
to attempt to go closer to the creature, you would probably be better off backing up a little bit because you get out of the webbing and maybe just go up and around it. It would be the only way really to do it. You might have trouble because it's 30 feet by 30 feet.
Yeah.
So you'd probably have to go take your full double move to get there.
Oh, okay. I thought I was able to go straight
The cube is basically you were at the edge of the cube.
edge of the
so
cube.
yeah.
Okay,
But if
so
you
I wouldn't
want
even
to,
reach there with my flying speed.
yeah, you could do a shooting attack. You can do a ranged
Yeah.
attack. You can get up and over the web and shoot it while you're in the air.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that then. So I want to stay within the 30 feet of Lucius's aura as well.
Okay.
I'm going to attack the dragon with I'm just gonna do guiding bolt because that's the
Go
only
for it.
range spell.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm gonna cast it at second level though.
Go for it.
This guy here. That is a 12. That's
A
not
12
good.
on the spider dragon? No, unfortunately, it
Yep.
does not hit.
Yep. So that's complete miss, and that's all my movement.
It's getting tense here. It's getting tense. We go to Eric Lavernus.
All right. Is the spider dragon now like within 20 feet reaching distance of me? 20 foot
Yes,
reaching
it is.
distance of me? 10
Yep.
foot. I'm sorry, 10 foot reaching distance.
It's 10 feet away.
All right.
You-
I'm gonna try and give it a double punch if I can. Like
It's
two fist
literally
attacks.
up on top of you. So if it's 10 feet from you, above you. So it's you imagine like a speed bag, like it's like a speed bag. And
Ah, I'm going for it. I'm gonna try and hit it.
how many attacks you get?
Does- I get 2 attacks.
Go for
and
it.
it's +9 to hit. So
It's pretty good.
does a 21 hit?
It does.
Okay, then the one above 21 also hits. So that's 2 hits. And it's going to be 3d10 plus 6. So let's do 3d10. 1, 2, 3. The first one will be 11 plus 6 is 17 bludgeoning damage.
Got it.
And the next one is going to be 1, 2, 3. The next one will be the exact same amount, 11 plus, what did I say? 11 plus 6 for 17. So 17 times 34 bludgeoning
34.
damage total.
Mhm.
And that's my whole turn as a giant ape. This is so much fun. I should have done this more often.
The creature is bloodied. The creature is bloodied.
Ah, keep beating it.
Yeah, you're doing a good job on it. Let's go to... Let's see here. Next would be the Naltheshni. The Naltheshni finally will be able to reach the first line of defense. That's Sable and Charles on the other end of the combat here. It's going to use its Horror Nimbus effect, a magical, scintillating, multicolored light basically shines from this creature. And so the two of them will have to take saving throws. It's a wisdom save for Charles. I'll roll for Sable. She passes, actually. It's a fear effect. I don't know if Charles can be frightened, but if he can, it's a wisdom saving throw.
He doesn't have a wisdom saving throw button, so I don't know how to even do that.
Okay. You could just roll a d20.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Roll anything. Just a wisdom check.
It'd be nice if it told me what his actual frickin' wisdom was.
I think it's probably just his wisdom instead of... Oh, it doesn't even have wisdom? Like I could see it not having a save, but...
He got a 19.
Okay, great. So that passes. And then the creature is going to pummel the two of them with its bite and claws. We'll do... Let's see. We'll do Sable, because she hit it with the Cone of Cold already.
All right. Charles is going to deflect attack, giving the creature disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, so it's going to bite. That's his best attack. We'll do it on this one. Disadvantage, you say?
Yep.
Okay, it's going to have a total of, unfortunately, 20, even with disadvantage. So Sable's going to take some serious damage here.
Oh, no shield?
She does, but it's not going to affect it. Her saving throw... Well, let me just double check, make sure I'm not wrong here. It's 20, so 15. She's got 15 armor class. Even with shield, it would be a 19. Or a 20, excuse me. So it's not worth using. Though she wouldn't know that, I guess. But either way, it's going to be a total of... Here we go. 35 damage. Jeez, she's down to 5. She's got 5 hit points left. That's after the bite. Then the claws. The first claw is a 14. That will not hit her. The second one is going to be a hit. She's going to go down. I don't think it's going to kill her. 17. No. So she goes to 0, but she is unconscious.
She's not within my aura, right?
She's so far away, yeah.
Okay.
We are in another time and place.
She's probably like close to 70 feet away from you.
Okay.
So, and in a different room, you don't even see her. So she goes down. Charles is unharmed. He didn't have enough attacks to hurt him, but he's going to stay there and remain hovering right in front of Charles. We go to Skeggy. You're up.
Okay, how far am I from Sable, who's gone down?
How far do you think you would have been? I know you came around from the boardroom.
I would have just come around the corner and shot from as far back as I possibly could.
So probably like 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run to Sable while pulling out I've got my crossbow in my left hand, and I'm reaching into my vest to pull out the Rod of Lunar Levin with my right hand, and I'm going to give her a jolt, and it is apparent to me that she can do more here than I can, because I'm willing to bet my crossbow bolts are going to bounce off of it anyway. So I'm going to give her 3 of my 6 charges, plus to add 1d8 once per day. So I'm going to give her 4 dice worth of healing.
Sweet.
Try and get her back in the action. So I can roll in roll 20 since I've got roll 20 back. Roll 4d8. And she's going to get back 18. But I think I get to reroll one once per day. I get 3 rerolls a day. And I've got a couple of crummy dice there. I've got a 2 and a 3. I'm definitely going to re-roll the 2. I think I'll let the 3 stand, but I'm going to re-roll the 2. Roll 1d8. And this one is going to be, turned into a 3. So she's going to get back 19 points of damage.
Sweet.
And I will use my remaining 10 feet, I guess, to pull back and I'm sure he's looking right at me, but I'm gonna try to hide or at least take cover. Oh no! That's what I'll do. I will dash. I will use my whatever it is, the rogue thing, or to dash back to where I was before, just kind of around the corner.
Sure. Use it to
So
move again. Yeah.
Yeah, so that I am at least not in direct line of fire.
Sure. You probably had enough.
He knows where I am, but at least he can't just immediately shoot me.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I just pop up, zap her, and pull back.
Sure. And she gets up, and she is going to use her turn to disengage, stand up, and move to basically where you last were, that like just the turn of that corner.
Okay.
So she'll move and get to that turn. Charles, unfortunately, now left by himself to deal with the now fashioning.
We can rebuild Charles.
We can rebuild him.
We have the technology.
We have it. All right. Now the Yaklal will go. The Yaklal is going to just turn into a gaseous form and double move down towards Christian, because you're still hiding in the back of the cave, right? Or no, you're flying up, right? So it's going to use its gaseous form to hover over you, actually. That's what it'll do. Give me a Constitution saving throw. You do get advantage because you're still within range of Stefano.
Yep. And I also get advantage on when I make concentration saving throws because of like any spells I have up. Do I get? Is that like a double advantage thing, or is
Well, this is not a
different.
concentration spell. It's just a con saving throw, just because
okay.
it's attempting to like do something to you. But
That was 19 with advantage.
okay, you succeed. The creature is misty formed, and it's right in front of you, kind of surrounding you. It does have this like yellowish mist form, so it's now you're covered in it.
Cool.
All right, now we go to the Karak. So Karak is going to blast the three of you with its dragon breath. So the three of you that are in the room, give me saving throws. That's Lucius, Eric Lavernus, and Boomy.
Sorry, what kind of saving throw?
Dexterity.
Do we still get advantage on that because we're in?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, goody.
That's a
That's
17 for
14.
me.
12 for the ape.
Okay, so 17 passes. The other two fail. We're going to do... Let's see here. Here it is. Here we go. It's going to be a total of no poison damage in this, just the regular piercing damage, which is 31. So you two take the full 31, and Christian, you take half that, which would be 15.
Cool.
All right. So the creature uses its dragon breath once more, and then it's going to... It doesn't have any effect on the movement of the web, so it's going to move away from its web and get closer to the center of the room again. So if you'd like to take an attack on it, you're more than welcome to, Tim, take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 100%. I'm going to punch that thing so hard. Let's see. Does a... Yeah, it's going to hit a 16 plus 9.
Yep, that hits 24, 25.
Yeah. And then let's see. 3d10. Ooh, boy.
That 3d10's a big punch.
It's not nothing. Oh,
big
that's
punch.
not a great one. I keep rolling 11s on these. This is broken. 11 plus 17 damage.
17 damage, got it.
I have a question for Bob and the chat, if Bob doesn't know the answer. I have to make a concentration saving throw
Yes, so
from the
it's-
damage.
Yep, so it's half the damage taken or 10, whichever is higher. So be
since the concentration is a Constitution saving throw,
you get advantage.
would I get advantage?
Yeah.
So I need to get a 15, right, for the 31 damage.
Correct. Do you think Bob wouldn't know the answer to that?
I don't know. Well, just because of my hubris, Holy Aura goes down.
Wow.
That
That's
was
big, everybody. This is
an
big.
Academic discussion, anyway.
This is big. This is big.
It is big.
All right, so the aura goes down, and the spider dragon retreats back to the center of the room. We go to Lucius, Makubli, Oscar. I'll do Makubli. He's going to try to get out of the webbing. He succeeds. And he'll spend his turn moving up the webbing 15 feet. He can go 30 because he'll use his double, his roguish thing. So he'll move. And he'll get all the way to the center. He's at the center, everybody. You can see Makubli there.
Oh.
And
Like
Lucius...
inside the webs?
He's climbing the webs, kind of like how they climb like the like he's climbing like a net, a big netting essentially. He had to break free of the webbing, but every turn he's got to make the saving throw again, just like you all did.
That's not what I wanted him to do.
He's moving towards the center,
exactly,
like towards
yep.
the creature,
towards the dragon. Yep, he's like dodging its legs as it's moving up the thing. He's climbing up it as well.
Okay.
That's not what I expected.
All right. I'm up, right?
Yes, Lucius and then Oscar.
Okay.
Oscar.
I want to start moving towards the center as well.
Okay, flying.
Yeah.
You got to give me one, just quick, the deck save for the webbing, and then you can move free.
A 5.
Oh, this is bad. His webbing was better than the web. You are restrained.
Yikes.
His webbing is better than the web spell, so you were restrained.
Not good.
Okay. What is how far away is this creature from me?
The spider dragon is about 45 feet from you.
Okay. What about the weird little...
The Yakwall is close. He's like 20 feet away from you. He's near where Christian is. Who's still flying in the air about 30 feet, you said?
Actually, you know what? Fuck this.
Oh, he's about to get all Lucius now.
I'm going to cast Banishment on the spider dragon.
Cool. That is a charisma save, correct?
It is.
Okay. What is your saving throw?
18.
This is big. He's banished.
Yes.
I got a 17. It's a +4, and I rolled a 13. So he's going back to his plane. Surprisingly, this is not his plane of existence.
What? No way.
No way.
He was a gift from Lolth, so he was actually created in the abyss. So
we could use a little of that action out here too.
Yeah,
because I promise you, Pig Boy is not a local.
He's not a local.
I don't think any of these things are locals.
Oh, the Drow are.
You know who's local?
I mean, the things are currently fighting.
The yokel is a local.
Oh, okay.
I had to say it. He's a yokel local. Come on now. He's a Denzian of this plane. But either way, the spider dragon disappears with I think it's like a popping sound, and then automatically poof, he's gone. His webbing still remains though. His webbing is not a spell, so his webbing is still there. But yeah, Makubli, who was just about to get pincered by one of his legs, he holds his hand up and he looks around in the clear, and he says to you, Lucius, "Will it be coming back?"
Perhaps in a minute from now, but in the meantime, we need to acquire the weapon.
Oscar, you're up.
All right, I'm going to use the other charges on this ring. I'll position it behind the pig boy so that I don't hurt Charles. So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Failure. Nat 1.
Okay. So this is going to be...
Is it a spell or is it something?
It's a magic item.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, this is a good roll so far. One more roll. 17, 15, and 13. So that would be 45 force damage.
Wow, okay. What is this? What is it?
It's a ring of shooting stars. I got it from the campaign.
Oh, the same one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a very rare ring.
So I just rolled again because he does have advantage on these things. It says spells and magical effects, but I got a 4, which it's a. You said Dex?
Yep.
So it's pretty low anyway. So it fails either way, and the damage was 34.
45.
45. Never mind. Wow, he is bloodied.
The ring is out of charges, so Charles is going to punch him now.
Okay, let's do it. It's coming to fisticuffs. Let's see what Charles can do.
Charles got an 18.
18, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That hits.
Or is it this way? Which way?
So that is going to be 8 more force damage, and I will expend a Arcane Jolt for an additional 11. So that's additional 19 force damage.
Wow.
And I will stay floating in the air. I'll back up a little bit after I shoot him. And Charles will stay there with his fist raised, ready to go.
Yeah, he's ready to fight. Yeah, he's bare knuckle boxing here. All right. It's going to be the top of the order. Boomy, your turn, then Eric.
Since I'm surrounded in that gaseous form, I can't swing and hit him.
You can
Right.
So when the creature, the Yaklal, is in mist form, it's a. I mean, you wouldn't know this, but you get the sense that it literally would be immune to like damage while it's in this form, like physically damaged. But
Yep.
but
Cool.
if you cast a spell on it, it is possible it would hurt it. I mean,
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians, so that way it's
okay, yeah, that.
floating around me. I'm gonna cast it at 4th level.
And the saving throws Wisdom on Spirit Guardians.
Yep, it's a Wisdom 17.
Okay, so he fails that.
Sweet. So that's going to be 4d8.
48. Okay, that's pretty good.
That's going to, jeez, 9.
Stop
I
it.
rolled 2 1s.
Oh, and a 2 and a 5.
And that
Yuck.
was brutal. But it's
Spirit
maybe-
Guardians actually happens on the enemy's turn, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I
Never
got a big
mind.
deal, but
Yep. Well, you can then save the 9 then for.
We'll save that
when it
9.
starts.
Very happy
Yep.
to save the 9. Mhm.
I don't think it's radiant damage if that means anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
'Cause I'm assuming I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
Eric
And
Lavernus.
That's it.
So right now, the only enemy in the big chamber would be the Yaklal. The dragon is gone. What do you do, Eric Lavernus, as a big ape?
As Big Ape, the Yuckle is not within 10 feet of me. Is it reaching distance?
It can easily be within 10 feet if you just like move a few feet over towards the north, away from the webbing. But the only thing I would say is that, like, similarly, you see Christian flailing or Boomy flailing about, and it doesn't look like if you hit it, it would actually hurt it.
Can I just spend my turn ripping up as much webbing as I possibly can?
Sure. Give me athletics check.
Sure. I've got a really good athletics check, so that'll be fun. Athletics is +9. So let's go. with,
Actually, first you have to give me a dexterity saving throw because you might actually be restrained in the webbing.
Okay, let's see. Odds are I'm restrained. That's a 6.
You are restrained. Yeah, so is an action you can try to free yourself, but that's about it. But
I
it's a
will
strength. It's
do
an
that.
athletics.
Let's see. You say strength or athletics or just one?
It's a strength check, but you can use athletics.
All right, that's 19 + 9 for 28.
So you really just spend your turn getting caught in the webbing and then ripping yourself free. If you would like to move, you can. It's a half your speed.
Can I move towards the you said there's like a pulsating, looked like a sack or some kind of like webbing cocoon in the center? Can I move towards
Yeah,
that?
you get. So if you have 40 feet speed,
Yeah.
you can get out of the dragon's webbing and get to the central webbing within the next turn.
Perfect.
Okay. And then we'll go to... Let's see, who's next here? Oh, by the way, do you have to make concentration checks on the polymorph when you were hit by the...
Does webbing count as like damage?
No, it's Dragon Breath that it did 33 or 31 that time.
Oh, yep. I got 31. Okay, let me roll my concentration.
Just
Sorry.
give me that con check too, and then we'll move along here.
Yeah, let's see. D20.
You also would have had advantage on this because his Stephanos thing was up as well.
Thank God, because I just rolled the natural one. There we go. That's 12 plus 4, 16.
Okay, so you actually will be fine. You progress still as ape.
Yeah,
Still
hey.
as an ape.
Let's go.
Okay, so now we are back to some of the enemies here. The Nalfeshini is going to attack Charles with the bite. What's Charles's AC?
Mike?
Charles' AC's 15.
Okay, so he's going to get hit with the bite. And what's Charles's hit points?
He is currently at 42.
42. 30 from the bite.
Okay.
And 2 claws. First one is a 23
Yep.
for 14 damage. That'll knock him out, correct?
He is now a pile of bolts.
Yeah, so his rending claw just kind of slices right through some gears and some wires, and his torso kind of falls off to the side. Charles is discombobulated at this point. He's basically C-3PO.
I don't think I can fix that with.
That's tricky.
with
But he's going to
with the
spend his
rod.
movement going towards Sable. She's right at the corner, and he'll do her last claw at her for a total of 21. 19 damage, which is exactly what you healed her for, wasn't it?
Yes.
She goes back down to 0. That's its turn. He's about 10 feet from you.
How what kind of shape is he in?
He's hurt. He's bloodied for sure. He's been taking a ton of damage, but he's now. It's just you and him, Skeggy.
Oh my god!
It's you and him.
And I got nothing.
All right.
Oh
so
my
we
god!
go to the. It's you, Skeggy. Your turn.
All right. Well, I'm looking at him over Sable's dead body, and I slowly bring up the crossbow, and I'm gonna steady aim, so I'm not gonna move before or after I shoot, and I'm gonna shoot him once with advantage, and I'm gonna get my sneak attack bonus because he's still insightfully fought,
Mhm.
and it's got poison on it, and we're just gonna hope. So let me. Okay. How do I get the advantage on that? I've forgotten. Oh wait, I have to. There it is.
Sable will
Okay.
make a failed death save. So we got 1 death save for her. Failed.
Okay, I've got a 23, and it's
That
a good
hits.
thing I rolled with advantage.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so let's hope that he even takes this damage. He's even
Yeah.
subject to it. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's terrible.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I get to re-roll the 1 that I rolled for my weapon damage with
Okay.
piercing. And it's not a critical. So 1 turns into a 2. So I've done 4 plus 11.
Nice. So 15.
I guess so. Just let me double check the piercer.
Okay.
Don't know that.
It will be Lucius next, and then Makubli, and then Oscar.
Okay, what piercer says is once per turn, if I hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, I can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice. Does that just mean the weapon?
No, I think it's any of it.
Okay, so I can re-roll one of the dice from the sneak attack.
Sure.
One of which was a 1, so I get to roll another d6 because I have piercer and savage attacked. That turned the 1 into a 6, so
Great.
it turns into 4 plus 15 for 19.
19. Got it. Excellent.
And now I'm just standing there looking at him. Oh, and it's poisoned. It's got the drow poison on it. If that matters.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like that hurt him that much.
The poison,
poison-
or the shot.
Both, but the shot, you can see like the wound, the scar. The poison didn't seem to affect him.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Lucius and Makubli and Oscar.
Okay. Is the saving throw at the start of my turn?
Yep. You failed it already, right? So you're already in it. You can now take your action to get out of it if you'd like to.
Oh, I can just get out of it.
Well, you have to make a check. It's a strength check.
I thought it was a dexterity save.
So it's a dexterity save to be wrangled by it. When you are already wrangled by it, to escape it, it's a strength check.
Okay, so I have a question. I would like to, if possible, use my action to just cast Thunder Wave to try to blow the webs away from me.
Sure. So the webbing has so you do the damage, and the webbing has, like I said, like you can damage it. If you damage it enough, it will break the 5-foot section that you were in.
It is a 15-foot cube in front of me.
Yeah, it would but you would be freed. Yeah,
Got it.
you would be freed.
Okay.
But yes, it would destroy the webbing potentially. So roll the
Got it.
damage.
So do I have the knowledge of that? Like, I'd like to cast it at a higher level if I knew.
Do
that
it, yeah.
I needed to do a certain
You would
amount of damage.
believe that would work, yeah. Mhm.
All right, great. I'm just going to cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
All right.
Total damage.
It's 27.
Nice. So you blast a big hole out of the webbing from the dragon, and now you can see a straight path to a straight path, but it's still like I said, 40 feet away from you. The center webbing.
Okay. I start moving towards the center.
Okay, great. And then we'll jump down to Makubli. Makubli takes out a dagger, and he slices through the webbing, and you can see this strange object fall out of it. It's Eric, you see it, Boomy, you see it, and Lucius, you see it. It looks like a piece of smooth stone with arcane runes on the side of it, and in the center, and almost like open on one side, is a green gemstone. It doesn't look like anything special, but it certainly is a unique looking item. It's not glowing or anything like that, but he grabs it as it slips out of the pocket, and then he'll let's see if he can get caught in this web. He's stuck there. He's stuck there. So he's stuck there in the middle with the webbing. We go to Oscar. You're up.
All right, well, I'm still flying in the air, so I'm going to...
You can see below you, Skeggy is fighting with the Nalfeshni.
I'm going, because I don't have bonus action anymore since, Charles is
Rest in peace.
out.
Rest in pieces.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a 3rd level branding smite.
Sweet.
And then I will attack. The first one is a 19.
That hits.
That's 11 damage on the base attack, and then the branding smite will be... Hold on. This one down here. Branding smite. That would be an additional 10. I guess fire for the branding smite. Is that fire?
I think it is fire.
It might
But just
not do
double check
shit.
it's not radiant.
Hold on. No, it is radiant. Look at that.
Okay, well, even better.
So 10 radiant damage.
Yep.
And then my second attack. That is a 19
That hits.
for 9 more damage.
Ooh, he's hurting.
And
Hurting
then
big time.
I'll use another arcane jolt because this guy's got to die. Ugh, that was crap. 3 more force damage.
Okay, 3 more force damage. He's
All
hurting.
right, Jeff. I'm trying.
He's hurting big time. He's hurting big time. We go to top of the order here, Boomy.
Awesome. Did the guy move before? Did I?
So right now, oh yeah, the Yaklal.
Yeah.
I skipped him, but I took him out of here. So the Yaklow's going to double move, and he's going to like dissipate into a crack in the wall, and he's just going to like obviously get out of here. He's no chance of defeating this group, so he spends his turn moving away in mist form.
Okay, so I guess I will fly. Can I fly somewhere to see the last guy?
Towards the Nalfeshini, the pigman.
Yeah,
You can spend 2 turns. Your flight speed is 30 or 40.
30.
You can spend both your turns, and you can easily get 2 like with him within the Spirit Guardians. I would say because it's 60 feet, and the Spirit Guardians are 15. Correct?
Yeah, perfect. So I guess I'll spend my movement. So I'm double moving to get there.
Yeah.
Yep,
So you dart out of the room, fly out of the room. You see the threat that you've heard from the other room, and it's about to come down onto Skeggy, and you get about 10 feet close to him so you can get the Spirit Guardians to start
Perfect.
his turn.
Perfect.
Great. Eric Lavernus, your turn. You can reach the Crystal and Makubli, who's stuck in the web.
I was gonna say, can I try and pull Makubli out of the web with the crystal?
Strength
Pull
check,
them all?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'm gonna do that like King Kong style, pulling the girl.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a strength check, athletics check.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, let's see. With the athletics check, that's a natural 20 for 29.
Okay, you
Oh
rip
my
him from
God.
the webbing, and now you're freed.
And then can I use my 40 feet of movement to run towards the door where the fighting is still happening?
Sure.
Great. Would like to do that.
There
And
is a
you
bunch of
fit through
webbing
the door.
between it, though, Eric, so I don't know if it's going to be that easy.
Is it difficult terrain, or like I should make another dexterity check?
It would be both.
Oh boy.
Christian was flying over it, so he can like get to the other side and then dart down, but
yeah,
you're
I'm
going to
trying
have
to think. I
to
just want
walk.
to throw Makubli and see if someone can catch him. Is he smallish?
He's medium.
Yeah, there's no one else that's going to catch him if I toss him. Then I'm gonna.
You're
I
gonna
can't tell
have
him
to
anything.
toss
I'm an
me.
ape. I was gonna say tell him to toss it, but I say ooh ah, and he just looks at me like a giant ape. So we're gonna try and escape the webbing.
Okay, great. Yeah. Go ahead, give me a dexterity check to see if you can get through the webbing when you enter it, and then it'll just be slowing you down a bit.
All right, let's see. The dexterity check is that's an 18.
You're good, and you move, like, again, navigating through it. We'll say it's a little faster to get through because Lucius just blew a hole in it, so it's
Nice.
you're going to get to it, like, kind of like at the end. Next turn, you can be at the door if you'd like.
Perfect.
All right, and
and
then
then
Lucius... Sorry, go
I
ahead.
think polymorph lasts for an hour. Okay,
Yeah,
never
you're
mind.
good.
Yeah.
Lucius, though, you see him running with Makubli basically past you now at this point. Do you want to follow suit, or what do you want to do?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you just want to tail behind Eric?
Well, Makubli's in his palm.
Yeah, right, Eric? You're, like, grabbing him, right?
Yeah, holding him like I envision very similar to the way King Kong holds the woman in King Kong.
Okay.
Hey, Ray.
All right. It's actually not your turn, though. It's going to be Skeggy. So Skeggy, sorry, the Nalfeshni. Jeez. The Nalfeshni goes. Skeggy, what's your AC?
16.
16. Okay. 29 from the bite against that's the damage. He hit you. 29 from the bite.
Mm-hmm.
Claw. That'll be a hit as well.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Does he take the damage from my Spirit Guardians first?
True. Give me the damage roll, and I'll roll his saving throw.
I think that was a forced level I did it at.
He does pass, so he'll take half the damage, and Skeggy, a 14 does not hit you.
Okay.
So that's 18. But then do I get to add the 10 from my Radiant Soul effect? It just says once per turn you can have one attack or spell deal 10
Yeah.
in Radiant.
Yeah, so give me the total.
So it'll be 10 plus whatever half of 18 is, so 6. So 16?
So
No.
19.
19, yeah. I was like,
Good math.
it's running late. That's what it
Okay,
is.
yeah, he's hurting. Skeggy, you lost quite a bit, or how are you doing?
I have 12 left,
Okay. All right.
so I'm not down.
Not down. And then now Feshini finishes his turn. Skeggy, it's your turn. He's now adjacent to you.
And how does he look?
Oh, he's been beat to hell.
He's been beat to hell.
To the abyss.
Okay. Did the crossbow bolt? Did it
did some
go in and do
damage, yes.
damage, or did it look like it was kind of?
He looked like he might have been resistant to the damage.
That's what I'm fishing for. So I gotta have magic to hurt it. And
well, no, resistant, not immune.
Resistant. I know. Ay.
Don't forget, because he's a demon, if it's a saving throw, he'll have advantage on it.
Well, I got nothing. I mean, I've got 2 short swords and I've got a crossbow I can't use anymore.
Short sword does work.
Time to stab him.
I guess I'm just in my very determined little tiny old man way.
Let's do
what
it.
else to do?
Let's do it.
We'll do it live.
We're doing it live here. Come on, Skeggy.
Okay.
Come on, Skeggy.
Okay, short sword. Here we go. So that is a what the hell? It rolled a 10. It didn't add my +5.
Says you got a 15 on roll 20.
Okay, great. So I got a 15 to hit.
Okay,
No?
15 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, offhand.
Okay.
18.
18. Does
That
18
hits. Skeggy, you need to do 9 hit points to him to kill him, which
I
means,
can't-
in theory, you need to do 18.
That's not
I
happening.
can't do that. I don't have that.
Your sneak attack. You're in. Aren't you in-
Is something adjacent? Oh, I get the sneak attack because of insightful fighting.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's possible, but we'll give it a try.
So you need to do 18 damage.
Oh!
What do you get? What'd you get?
A lot.
I got a lot. I got 24.
Go.
Skeggy does it. Skeggy.
Nice job!
Oh my god.
What does he say? What does Skeggy say as he kills this pig monstrosity?
I don't even know. I think he's just standing there as the thing falls back, totally expecting to have died.
Oh
And
my
I'm like-
god. Wow. For the first time, Skeggy's speechless. Wow.
And I just kind of shake my head as I look down and I go, well, I guess it's not today.
Not today. And eventually that thing just basically turns into dust as you get the sense that it is sent back to its plane of existence. It's not from around here, like you had said. Excellent work. Excellent work. That's the end of
With
combat,
left
everybody.
hand. The left hand.
That's the end of combat. So we're done there. You go down to so I guess we'll just at this point everybody can get through the webbing. You can get into the boardroom meeting, and Eric, you can let down Makubli. Do you want to stay in ape form? Actually, you probably have to reduce yourself to
Yeah,
get
I
through
think
the
I probably
door.
have to change back to regular form to even like
All
walk
right.
through passages and such. So I'll do so.
All right, sure.
I'll heal the I can't remember her name.
Sable.
Sure, she has 1 failed death save. She would be next. I have to take her death
yeah.
save right now because if she rolls a 1, she in theory would die because it would happen right after Skeggy's turn. So let me roll that. 16, so she's okay.
I'll
And-
heal her for 10 hit points.
Great, excellent. But she comes to, she sees the rest of the group come together into the boardroom, and Makubli's there, and he says, "I've got it! I've got it!" And he like smacks the table. He's like, "This must be the weapon they were hiding," and he shows it to you. It is like it's described. It's on one side, it's mostly stone, smooth gray stone with arcane runes in it, and the center part, and again it kind of opens up, mostly crystal on the other side, is green crystal. Doesn't glow or animate or anything like that, but he's got it. And he says to everybody, "This must be it. This is what that dragon was protecting."
Sable, is this the thing that's going to get us back to where we came from? Skeggy and I?
I haven't the faintest idea. She like rubs her head. She's got pretty bad gore marks all over her body. She says, "But I hope it does for your sake."
Can
But
I
I wouldn't mind if you stayed here a little longer.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
Oh, you beat me to it.
You can also cast Detect Magic.
I want to cast Detect Magic too.
Me too.
We're gonna get a
All
second opinion.
clerics cast
Does anybody
Detect
have
Magic.
Identify?
I don't even have that spell, so.
Does anybody have Identify? No?
I do not.
Real quick, two things will happen. So you cast Detect Magic. Are you doing it as a spell or as a ritual?
Oh, as a spell.
As a spell. Okay. So you start to cast the spell, and you definitely get the sense that there's powerful magic coming from this. And it would be, if I'm not mistaken, it would be conjuration? But I'm not 100% sure. I'll get back to you on that. But you detect clearly powerful magic coming from this thing. Off the charts, both of you who cast it. And then you hear a sound coming from the southern chamber where the pentagram was. It is Fernitha, the horned devil woman, Irinus. She is carrying Torkner's dilapidated body. She tosses him onto the floor. She puts her sword towards his head, and she says,
We've made one deal before. Let us make another.
I will immediately react and lunge towards Makubli and try to grab the item.
you want to lunge towards the item. Give me an
Doesn't
athletics.
Makubli have the item?
Give me an athletics check. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be great.
He got a
actually,
16
it's
on the
not bad.
roll, and it's a total of. I'll tell you right now. I got to look up his strength. What'd you get?
A 7.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. He says, "What are you doing? This is the weapon we need to end Lulth's cult."
Do not make a deal with that woman.
"I won't," he says. "This is for the resistance, right?" And he looks to Oscar, and he looks to Boomy. We can use this. I'm certain of it. Boomy, what magic does it contain?
What? You told me it was con.
Very powerful. Yeah, very powerful
very-
conjuration magic. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's very powerful, like more powerful than like I probably have ever kind of
Certainly.
really witnessed. I don't really know what this is.
See? I told you it was the key. He says, "We're not going to negotiate for this." He says, "Let him die, if that's the case."
Shocked Pikachu face, I feel like.
Torkner's body just lies there. He's all beat up, mangled. She must have done a lot of damage to him when she stole him.
Can I ask her what she wants? She just
Oh.
wants the stone.
Yeah, say it. Yeah, what do you say?
So what do you want? Just-
I want what's in his hand right there. That item doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Lolth.
For what purpose do you want it?
What purpose does Lolth need it for?
She clarifies your question.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced you're working with Lulth.
Oh, well, then if that's the case, she says, give it to me then. You trust me, don't you, Eric? We're pals.
Do you mind if I check Torkner for signs of life? He looks pretty rough there.
She's holding the sword to his head, and she says,
One step closer, and he's dead.
I just want you to let me know when I'm going to act again.
that we're out of combat, so you say what you do, and we do it.
I cast banishment on her.
Oh, she's
Okay.
gonna have a high charisma as a devil. It's not gonna work. She's gonna kill us all.
I know, the super high charisma.
Then I will cast banishment afterwards.
The 16th level banish doesn't work. We'll try a 10th.
She's gonna pass, yeah. Charisma save. She's got a really high charisma.
Yeah.
It's probably like plus 12.
I'm sure it's ungodly, yeah.
So she says,
Fools, you think I could be dismissed just like that?
You're not getting this item.
Then he dies. Right here, right now.
So be it. He knew the risks that were involved.
now,
Not before we even came down here.
now of course, Oscar and Boomy, you know him. You're closer to him than anybody else. What do you say to this proposition here? And like you said, shock Pikachu face. McCoobly is also in the camp of Eric Lavernus. This is too important of an item to let go.
Oh, Boomy's conflicted for sure. But I have a feeling.
If we don't give it to her, she's going to take it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that after spending all this time with him, he would have known that if things got ever like hairy like this, that it would have been a do what's best for the right, like do what's best for what we need
The
to
resistance.
do. If it means if it means one of us doesn't make it, I figured we would have had that kind of pact formed after so many years.
Sure. So again, you look at each other and you have to make this hard decision. The weapon does not go to Fernitha, correct?
While this conversation is going on, I want to draw as little attention to myself and fade into the shadows if that's possible.
Sure, that's fine. No need to make a check. You can get out of there.
Ooh, I do want to.
Do you want to like go towards the back room, towards where the webbed room was? Or do you just want to be like within sight of everything still going on? Just out of sight of the devil?
Yeah, the web room is very dense. It's not easy to get through, right? Even going around the edge.
It's very dense, yeah. So you might just, well, it's up to you, but you could.
So going that way. And she's between us and the way we came in, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I want to get. Okay. So this is going on in that sort of chamber north of the pentagram and south of the meeting room.
This is literally, you are in the boardroom meeting room, and she's like kind of on the other side of the room where it's like the pentagram room, the top of the pentagram room. So there's that like little corridor, that bottleneck is where you're talking this over.
Well, I'm going to fade away and start heading, I guess, in the general direction of the room with the webs in it, of the dragon's room.
Sure.
And then I'll look down, and then as I recall, there's kind of like a hallway the south that was sort of parallel.
Yeah.
And I want to get where I can look down that hallway before going into the web room.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry,
so you position yourself. So you have that
I got
line
12
of sight.
hit points. I want to be out. I want to be out of the field of fire.
Bob, can I try one last thing?
Okay.
Just
Go ahead.
I want to try to use my divine intervention, where I can request my.
I can do that too.
Deity's aid. So I just looks like I roll a percentage dial, and if I roll a 10 or less, you get to choose how my deity like intervenes in this situation. Kind of like a last second ditch effort, I guess. I don't know how to.
Sure, roll the percentile die.
Yeah. I think that did it. A 52, so it's worth a shot.
Okay. Stefano, do you want to do the same?
I will say out loud, Boomy, how well do you know these two, McCoobly and Torkner?
Well, they were the ones that recruited me in. They showed me around. They taught me everything I know about the Underdark. I trust them, and I think they trust me.
McCoobly's. If you are who you say you are, hand the weapon to your friend Boomy right now.
He says, "Of course, I trust Boomy with my life." And he goes to hand it to you. You also see that his other hand is holding something. It's a chime, like a wind chime. He
Oh fuck! I want to use my reaction to fuck that shit up.
He rings the bell. He rings the bell. So, here's what's going to happen. Jeff and Eric, Skeggy and Eric. Everybody's got to give me a saving throw, a Constitution saving throw. But I don't think it's going to matter for Skeggy and Eric because of your hit points. But just give me the check anyway. If I need to do something, I will. But
I'm gonna add a +4 to mine for a 17 with Flash of Genius.
okay,
Yeah, it's super low for Eric's 6.
okay.
I got a
And
19.
Skeggy, you have 12 hit points.
Yeah, 50. Yes.
Don't even worry about it, Skeggy. It doesn't matter for you. How many hit points do you all have?
77.
Okay.
I'm still at full with 60.
I have
yeah,
70. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
77.
Okay. So it's not going to matter for anybody but Skeggy. Eric, you failed anyway. And Oscar, you got a total of what?
17 with 77 hit points.
Okay. You fail as well, Christian.
I got a 19.
19, really.
Yeah.
You fail as well. Lucius,
Oh my god.
I got a 20.
20. Excellent.
Fail.
As well.
You succeed. You succeed. So here's what happens. So the chime rings, and almost like the sound reverberating through you, you can feel yourself, your body start to shake. Skeggy and Eric, you are teleported back to your home plane.
Big
Of
win.
existence.
Let's go. And without Sable, huge win.
Sable's the last thing that you see as she reaches out to you. Eric, wait.
Deuces.
And she's gone. You're gone. You find yourselves in that same chamber where the obelisk was in Search of the Unknown. Both of you find yourself there.
Is the other 3 members of the Char Coalition there?
No,
What?
no. However, more to come on that in a very different game. So,
So our work here is done.
Oscar and Boomy, although you are 2 people of this plane of existence, right now you are dragged through Avernus. You're flying through the first layer of the 9 hells at breakneck speed.
Jesus. Uh-oh.
For a few rounds, you will be here rather than the Underdark. Okay? But you will return because this is your home place. This is your realm. And then it's Lucius. Lucius left. And Lucius, you look at everybody who's just been disappearing. Sable disappears. Everybody disappears, basically. Even the Irenaeus disappears. Torkner's body disappears, but he's most likely long gone at this point. And then it's just you and Makubli. But you see his form start to change as he removes a crown that wasn't there a long while ago. It now comes back. You can see it. And a vampire is before you. He's wearing regal clothes, red robes. He's got long black hair. And he's standing there with a sword. The same sword that he thought killed Vecna many years ago.
The sword of Cass or whatever?
It is the sword of Cass. And it is his sword. And he's there. Cass. Before your very eyes.
What?
Give that to me now.
I'm sorry, Lucius. I can't. This belongs to me now.
Over my dead body.
And he says, I don't have any quarrel with you. Do you think I fear Mordenkainen?
Perhaps not Mordenkainen, but there are others. Not just myself. And we will all not rest until we have that item.
He says, You're stronger than I thought. I'll give you that. I've been studying you. You also are not from this plane. You could make a very good ally of mine if you'd like. I have a shadow domain that you could really thrive in. What do you say?
What do you want with the rod of 7 parts?
You know, we're really quite on the same side here. I'm surprised Mordenkainen hasn't told you that.
If we're on the same side, then join us.
I can't. Mordenkainen, Tasha, Illustrial, they're misguided. They're going to walk right into Vecna's trap. He's coming, with a hunger for chaos. You and your heroes are no match. It'll be me alone with the rod. Better I take it now, before you see the true price of defiance.
You alone with the rod is nothing against Vecna.
I've done it before.
You need to no. It's different this time.
He raises his sword and he says, I have done it before. I'll do it again.
You are cocky and misguided. Just because you've done it once doesn't mean that Vecna isn't prepared this time.
You have spirit. If only you'd fought with me instead of against me. Bravery alone won't save you. And he's going to teleport.
Shit.
And as his last, whispering words to you is, he leaves you one last idea here. You had the chance to see reason. Now you'll become an example of what happens to those who play into Vecna's hands. And then the popping sound, he dissipates. He's gone. And then immediately after that, this small conversation, Boomy and Oscar return. So does Torkner's body. But the devil obviously is gone.
Can I cast Revivify on Torkner's body? Has enough time passed, or...
Oh, I could also cast Resurrection.
Torkner is actually...
Revivify doesn't need any materials.
Torkner is actually dead. But it's possible that you can raise him. It's not been more than a minute.
Yeah, I'll Revivify him.
Okay. He comes back to life. He's like, "Ugh. Is this heaven?"
Got a lot worse, bud.
What happened?
not.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, where's Makubli?
Yeah, where's Makubli? He looks to Lucius. Where is he? Where's the weapon?
Unfortunately, the worst has happened.
What do you mean?
Boomy, I knew in your actions that I could trust you. This is why I asked Makubli to hand you the item. Unfortunately, Makubli was the one that I was seeking out this entire time.
What? No. Can't be. I've known him for years.
Makubli was not the real Makubli that you know.
What happened to the real Makubli then?
Probably dead.
Torkner lowers his head. You can see tears shed, dripping on the floor.
I made a grievous error. Makubli was actually the vampire Cass.
I'm gonna kind of, with my branding, I'm kind of slam it on the ground or something. Just sort of how could I not know that Makubli wasn't the real Makubli, or, kind of just everything over these past, how long, I'm going through the events of even before all this happened,
Yeah.
What didn't I miss? I just,
You
Boomy,
give me
I was sworn to secrecy, but I have to tell you this because we are all in grave danger. And it goes beyond this resistance that you've been bringing up. A ultimate evil named Vecna is attempting to come back to power. I was tasked to bring this weapon back, and I failed. The vampire Cass is also after this weapon. It is a weapon that is in pieces. The rod of 7 parts, and this was just one part.
would Boomy know these? Heard of these names before? Or,
You can give me a history check.
yeah, why not?
Oscar, you can give me a Arcana check, maybe.
Okay.
7.
No.
27.
You might have studied a book at some point that would have talked about this rod. It's more of a rumors than anything, myth than anything, but the rod has the power to alter the course of the universe when it is put together. Individually, each piece has its own specific powers, but generally speaking, when it's together and wielded by a proficient mage, it can be, like I said, universe altering. In the hands of someone with evil intentions, it could mean, in a way, rewriting the multiverse. So it's very powerful, and when its pieces were used, when the rod is used, the pieces scatter across dimensions, from planes of existence to another, to make sure that no one can use it for too long. You've heard of it, but you never knew it even existed.
Lucius, I understand why you kept it a secret. It seems like this is an issue far greater than just me and Oscar. I don't know what we can do to help, but you just let us know. I can keep looking for signs, ask around here, whatever we can do. If
I was
Nakubli infiltrated the convent, who knows what else might be going on.
I was trusted to obtain this item. And I believe that it is only because at the last moment I trusted you, and not up until then. The item was lost. Maybe we need to seek more allies like you and you, Oscar. Will you come with me? I have a few people that I would like you to meet.
Torkner's like,
And you, Torkner.
thank you. For
What are you
Makubli.
doing down here?
Torkner,
Yes.
I believe that you must stay here and continue with the resistance, but these two I must take with me. Without all three of us, who is going to save the Underdark?
I'm gonna move to Torkner and kind of say, keep the monarch alive, with the rest of the members. The monarch isn't just me; it's a sort of symbol of hope.
He says, I'll keep the monarch alive. And you, and he points at your chest, you keep the monarch alive too.
One
Good luck.
tear glistens.
And of course, at this point, you'll start the long trek back to potentially at least Waterdeep, and then from there find a way to get to the Sanctum. I know, Stefano, you have the Sanctum Stone. It could also be that you want to take the Sanctum Stone and use it for yourself. The two of them will make their way to the Sanctum. If you grant them the permission, directions, things like that, you trust them to do that, you can. Also, maybe just being at the Sanctum, Mordenkainen or Illustrial can help.
I would like to, if possible, bring the two of them with me.
The Sanctum Stone is only for you, but you could, like I said, talk to Mordenkainen, and then he can find a way to get them there.
Got it.
So we'll pause it here as the rest of the party, whoever's remaining, heads back towards, like I said, Waterdeep for the time being. Skeggy and Eric, you have returned back to the land that you call home in the Borderlands. And for everybody else, this is the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 starts next week. And we're going to have a brand new cast. But maybe some of these people will be on it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. More to come. thank you for dealing with our technology issues and everything. But we had a good time. I hope you enjoyed playing in Chapter 2, and maybe we'll see more of these players at some point in this game, because we're not done with this yet. And just because the night looks pretty dark right now, we've got a long way to go till the dawn. We'll see you all next time on the tabletop. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.